Okay, so I've taken the nutmeg and I've already hit that area and that area. I'm going to do a little bit more on that bottom. What you want to do is get enough to make sure you saturate into the dings and the splits. Okay, so I've taken some gel stain, the nutmeg, and I've done this area and this area, and you're going to get to see me put it on this right here. All right, let me find my camera. So the gel stain is designed to float on the surface of what you put it on. And so it will soak into the wood. And so it won't make an area darker that already has a finish too much, but it will help even out an area that the finish is gone or broken. You just have to flood the area so you can see this is the before, and then that is the after. And I'm gonna hit this bottom too. I'll recharge my rag here. A little too much recharging. The nice thing about these paper rags, these rags in a box rags, I'm becoming a fan of them for applying stuff, is you're gonna have to pitch your brush because this stuff gets flammable if you leave it sitting around. So you need to trash whatever your applicator is. So I just wipe everything down, and if it's a little dusty or dirty, that's fine because I'm gonna toss it anyways. And if it gets saturated, what I do is I already turned it inside out once, but once it's loaded with stain and it's getting a little dirty and I'm worried about grit or something, I just turn it inside out. So it's become kind of a slick little system for, that's my repair from this morning. It's become a pretty slick system for applying gel stain. So that's looking pretty sharp actually. So just want to even it out. You can always, if you got time at the space to let these furniture piece sit around for a little bit, you can just let it sit around, and you can put more gel stain on it. You can put extra, like let's say you've got a light spot, you just come back and apply more, and if you need to take some off, you just use mineral spirits. So again, general finishes, the nutmeg, which is the darker one. The candlelight is what I normally use on a lot of MCM stuff, doing the heavy lifting for me here. I'm going to put a blob on that area. Wipe out the extra. I want to just blend it. So I'm going to let that glob on there and just take hold. So like this area, there's some grit that's kind of embedded in there. I can take the fold of the towel, shove it in there, and then the towel actually does a pretty good job of collecting the dirt and continuing on as an applicator. So box of rags, get them from the big box store like a Home Depot. Everybody's got those, so unless you're in Australia watching this right now. So anyways, yeah, okay, looking good. This is really chewed here, so I'm gonna blob on the gel stain. I probably should sand it down more, but curious to see how the gel stain does all on its own. Okay, here's the weird moment of truth. Still just beating up my gel stain rag in a box rag. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a good healthy amount of gel stain in a chocolate pudding flavor here, nutmeg. And I'm gonna hit the whole top. Try and put some life into it. So it's a shame about the laminate because otherwise the walnut really responded well to the gel stain. All right, moment of truth, extra glob here. Just gonna put that on the bald spot where I ground it down but got rid of the big bright patch. Still kind of a big dumb bright patch, but smear this around. See what I can do to make that blend up a little bit. I think I got enough on there, so. I like the smell of gel stain better than the other smells that you can get in finishing stuff, but at a certain point they all stink. So I'm gonna put nutmeg to bed. Concentrate on this. So it's a weird worn down spot, but what I've found as a general rule, I'll try to say this before I start thinking about other stuff. Weird worn down spots, as long as they're under the finish, well, they obviously have kind of been built into the piece of furniture that you're trying to sell, assuming you're flipping it, or even if you're keeping it, be aware that when you take a repair or something kind of odd and you bury it underneath a couple coats of semi-gloss, it all kind of blends in and it starts to look like, you know, like it came from the tree, sort of. It's much less noticeable, and that sounds kind of offensive to the eye. All right, so I still have a little too much finish. I'm going to get a drier part of the pad and just wipe back the extra spots here. Kind of polish or burnish back the heavy areas, and then I'm actually going to go back to some juicier parts of the pad. Yeah, I kind of ground off, like, I think the whole thing dished a little bit. And I ended up with some extra sanding back there, and I created some ball patches. But overall, it's not looking too bad. So, and then there's this weird shiny spot here. So, overall, it's looking pretty good. So, I'm about as happy as, happier than I expected to be about how this is working out. So, that's it. I'm gonna put some clear coats on it, maybe a little bit more gel stain possibly, but I think once this is dry enough, I'll get it to my space, and then I can kind of stop in and do a little bit of touching up and get the stinky oil-based finishes dresser out of here. and then, you know, get it up for sale. I already waxed the drawers, so that's good. So anyways, I'm gonna stop talking. Like and subscribe if you like seeing my misadventures here. There's a little quick wood patch there to kind of help, as like everything else, just kind of blend everything in. So thanks for tuning in, and it's going to be on to the next misadventure, and probably not too long from now.